Excuse me, sir, is this the Delta House?
Sure. Come on in.
They have cold beer and action on the game.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
It's time for the Degenerates Next Door.
Dollar bills, y'all.
I'm ticked off. I'm a little angry at the football gods right now, Rob. I'm Jason Hammer. I do the Hammer and Nigel show, afternoons, 93 WIBC in Indianapolis, joined by former elected official, tax-cutting machine, and top-rated radio host in his own right, Rob Kendall. I'm ticked off, Rob. I'm upset with the gambling gods. Can I set the mood here for just a little bit?
Oh, sure.
Dear gambling gods, I work hard. I take care of my family. I'm a pretty good dad. What the hell have I done to warrant these god-awful primetime NFL games? So last week, we get stuck with a 10-7 final.
That was a stinker.
And this week, you're making me watch the New York Jets. I feel like I pay my taxes. I feel like I'm a pretty good guy. What have I done to warrant this horrible football game tonight, Rob?
Isn't it fascinating how the NFL basically, and look, you don't know at the start of the year, like who had the Colts being, whatever they're, 8-2 now. You don't know for sure. But it is interesting that the NFL is so powerful that they're basically like, we will put whatever crap we want on in prime time, and you will not only watch it, you will like it.
So we discussed this in the back office, and I want to bring it to the podcast here today. Which of the following teams that I'm about to mention makes you say, shit, when you see they're on television?
Yeah.
Is it the New York Football Jets?
Yes.
Or the Cleveland Football Browns?
Yes.
Which one?
Can
Got
I
to
pick
pick
both?
one. Got to pick one.
The Browns, because I feel like the Jets, there's always some New York drama with them. So, like, when they implode or do something bad, there's going to be a lot of great media attention out of it. The Browns are just boring, and they stink.
Speaking of stinks, God, this Thursday night, I guess I want action.
I want action tonight, satisfaction all night.
Rob, you complain about being Mr. Monday Night. Like, we tasked you at the beginning of the year. You're going to be Mr. Monday Night. You always pick the Monday night games, and I've heard you do nothing but bitch and complain about them. Have you seen what I've had to deal with the last couple of weeks on Thursdays?
It's not great.
No, it's not.
And people pay to go to these games.
They're going to be in the stands. They're going to be loud. They're going to be having a good time, I think. But the Jets at the Patriots. Drake May's having a solid year. He's put himself into the MVP conversation. The Jets, on the other hand, well, they're on the clock. The Jets may be the worst team in the league. Now, I know the folks down in New Orleans are like, hold my beer. The Saints are pretty awful. I mean, they got contest winners out there running out at quarterback.
Yeah.
But the Jets are awful. But tonight, this is a big number. It's approaching 2 touchdowns.
Woo!
13-13.5 is the the spread for this game tonight. So that just reeks to me of backdoor cover.
Yeah.
Like, I could see the Patriots being up 14-17 in the fourth quarter. You know, it's a short week. Guys are banged up. They take Drake May out. And then that's when the Jets score that let's feel good about ourselves garbage touchdown.
Yep.
And screw you. So I'm going to try to figure out another way to, 1, make this game watchable, and 2, beat the book.
No way you're putting your hard-earned money on Justin Fields, right? No way.
No. I wasn't born yesterday, Rob. I'm looking at the Patriots first half tonight.
Oh.
-7.5 first half.
Oh.
I do feel like the Patriots want to establish themselves early. They'll have the crowd into it. Primetime game. Patriots think they're back. And I think Drake May in primetime wants to let everybody know, I've arrived. I feel like they want to get out to a fast start. And 7.5, I feel more comfortable playing that bet than I do backdoor cover possibilities at 13.5.
I like it.
So, in essence, 7.5 really is 9 or 10. So, it's got to be a touchdown and a field goal, 2 touchdowns or more. That's fine. But what we need to have happen tonight is Justin Fields and the Jets or whoever they're going to trot out there doing Jets things, which is not scoring. And even if the Patriots kick 3 field goals and the Jets don't get on the board, which is kind of par for the course for these god-awful Thursday games, my toes are tapping. So the play tonight, Patriots first half -7.5.
I like it.
All right, let's turn to a game that people actually want to watch, and that is Sunday night. You've got the Lions at the Eagles. The Eagles are a 2.5-point home favorite coming off a pretty solid road win last week, Rob, which you cashed your ticket on.
Fell asleep, missed the end of it, but woke up with money in my pocket.
46.5 to 47 is the total here. Where are we going?
I'm going over. That game Monday night was awful. It was boring. Again, right on par, even though when it's two teams you'd think you'd want to see. However, Green Bay's defense, pretty good. Eagles' defense, pretty good. But we're dealing with a Lions offense that's infinitely better than Green Bay and a defense that ain't nearly as good. So a lot of times you have sort of an overcorrection. I think the Eagles are better than the abysmal point total they put up. I'm going to take the over 46.5.
I like the way you think. I'm along for the ride, but I'm getting off at a different exit here. I also like points in Sunday night's game, which means I look forward to the 6-3 final. But I'm going to take the Lions team total over 22.5.
Okay.
The Lions are going to score. More often than not, the Lions are going to score. And this is one of those games where I can look at myself in the mirror on Sunday night, win or lose, and go, I can live with that. Like, if I'm betting the under on the Lions and they go out and do what they normally do, I have to look at myself in the mirror and go, hey, schmuck, what the hell were you thinking?
Yeah.
But if they can't score 23 points, then I can still put my head on a pillow and go, you know what? I took a chance with a damn good offense, a team that's played big games, so the stage isn't too big. I can deal with that even if I lose.
I like it.
Now, let's see what our professional handicappers have to say. Kenny Britt and David Stephanoff. Kenny Britt is of KB Sports. David Stephanoff of Follow Never Fade. We're going to find out what they think about this pretty good, I think, Sunday night game, and then we'll also let them pick any other game on the board. Plus, later in the pod, Mr. Monday Night, Rob Kendall, will drive down to the prop shop, and I know it's an NFL show, Rob, but think I could squeeze in a college degenerate special later on?
Your name's first on the billboard, baby. You do whatever you want to do.
We're coming right back. It's the Degenerates Next Door. The Degenerates Next Door. Bring in our professional handicappers, because Rob and I, we're not professionals. We do our homework. We crunch the numbers. We pick the games you don't want. These god-awful Thursday games, the god-awful Monday games. But we bring in the big guns for the games you actually want to watch. Kenny Britt of KB Sports. What's up, man?
Man, you're not lying about these primetime games. I mean, there's been a couple good ones, but 80% of them have been horrible. And even with good teams sometimes, it's been a horrible year for primetime games.
So let me ask you this question here, Kenny. Which team of the two that I'm about to mention is the shit factor, okay? And what I mean by that is when you find out that they're going to be on the Thursday night game, the Sunday game, or the Monday game, you immediately go, shit. Is it the New York Football Jets or the Cleveland Football Browns?
I think it's the Jets. They're pardon my French, but they're a clusterfuck.
Yes.
The Browns got a little life, but the Jets are, I mean, it's like they've tied their cleats together and they're tripping over themselves every play. I can't. It's so bad I can't even explain it. How bad the Jets are. And then I texted. We've got our group text going. I don't know if you've seen it yet this morning. I actually said with the way the primetime games have been going this year, the Jets will probably win by 10 points tonight.
Right. I have every intention of losing every prop bet I have because I'm Patriots heavy tonight. It's going to be the domino effect, right? I'm going to lose one, and because they're all kind of daisy-chained here, I'm going to lose every damn bet tonight.
10,000%. That's how it goes. And, we're talking about the Patriots. I wanted to ask you real quick. Brian Dable got fired this week for the Giants, and everything's already started up with Bill Belichick going to the Giants. That's kind of where he cut his teeth in the 80s under Parcells. But how good of a coach is Bill Belichick? Because after Brady left, he went 29-38. He had full control over all roster decisions. I mean, how good of a coach is Bill Belichick, in your opinion?
And then Brady leaves and wins a Super Bowl on his own. So I think that was the key, right?
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere in the middle, right? And this is what we talk about in news talk radio all the time, my day job. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. Everybody always gets tribal, but a couple things can be true at the same time. Is Bill Belichick a great coach? Probably. Is he the greatest thing since sliced bread? Absolutely not. I think it's somewhere in the middle. I'd rather have Bill Belichick than, say, Frank Reich or some of these other names that always get floated around out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Could you imagine, though, being in New York, if he did take that job, the circus it would create with his girlfriend, with the New York media?
Oh, and those divisional games, man, like going on the road to Philly. Those Philly fans get fired up. You don't think they'd like to see Belichick and his girlfriend every single year?
Yeah, she'll need security if that ever were to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's get into it. The game of the week. Again, a game people actually want to watch. We've got the Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles coming off of a pretty solid win last week. Schedule's been absolutely brutal for them. This is the Sunday night game. You can watch it on NBC. And right now, depending on where you're shopping around at, you can find the Eagles around a 2.5-point home favorite with the total sitting around 47.
Yeah, Jason, we've all got the four of us on this show. We've all got lists. We have a group text. It's not for the faint of heart.
No.
No, it's not for the faint of heart. But we've got lists of quarterbacks we won't bet on, or teams we won't bet on, or whatever the case may be. Well, we've all also got a list of I think we call it punch face list of people we would like to punch in the face. I think on top of your list, correct me if I'm wrong, is Carson Beck.
No, at the top of my list, and again, this is where we differ. Lane Kiffin's still at the top of my list.
Well, and you're a Tennessee fan, so very understandable, very understandable. So my top three of people I just want to punch in the face when I see their picture. I had to take Aaron Rodgers off for a year. I had to give him a 1-year hall pass. But my top three are, number 3 is Collinsworth. Number 2 is Greg Olson. I just something about him.
See, man, I actually like both of those dudes. I think Olson does a decent job, and Collinsworth, he's one of those guys where he's never bothered me. I'm not weirded out by anything. I think he's all right.
Collinsworth has grown on me a little bit, but Greg Olson, it seems like he gets too analytical. I don't know. There's just something about him that I can't stand. But number 1 on my list, Jason, Nick Sirianni.
Oh, I get that one. I get that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope my plays aren't based on the fact that I don't like him. I do like Detroit in this game a little bit, but that's not going to be my play. I'm on the over. That total seems a little low. I think it's a little maybe biased, just simply because of the fact of what happened Monday night, where Philly, they were tripping over themselves all night. Those games do happen. As much as us fans hate those type of games,
right?
They happen every year to the best of the best. They just happen with no explanation. So I think we're getting a little bit of a break on this total. I think this total might have been 49-ish if that game wouldn't have happened Monday night. I'm not sure what you think about it, but Detroit, they can obviously, we all know who Detroit is. They can put up the points, and there's just too much talent on the field for Philly to have another game like that. So I'm going to ride the Lightning there. I'm going to take over 47 on that game, Jason.
So that's basically 3 people so far all thinking the same. Now, we don't all have the same bets, okay? Only you and Rob are on the over. I'm on the over with Detroit's team total. So I've got Detroit's team total over 22.5.
Sounds like it's going to be another primetime snoozer, 13-10.
Right. Get ready for punts and red zone fumbles, my friend.
Exactly.
All right, so you're on the over in that game on a Sunday night. I'll let you pick any other game on the board here, Kenny. What do you feel good about?
All right, Jason, we've actually got a great Sunday schedule. I don't know if everybody's looked at it yet, but we've got Detroit, Philly, KC at Denver, Seattle at the Rams, Tampa at Buffalo, and even Chicago at Minnesota, which is for the division lead. And I want to tell everybody real quick, and Jason, I want to make sure Rob hears this. It is my goal and my desire for the rest of the year to jinx the Bears as much as possible by talking about how great they are. They should win the division. Caleb Williams is awesome. I don't care if he paints his fingernails before each game.
He's turned the corner.
The Bears are great because he's on me about. I got a phone call on Tuesday about you guys bashing me on his show at 11 o'clock in the morning, so I turned it on and heard it. I am going. It's my goal for the rest of the year, Jason. I want to make sure the Bears finish 6-11.
Oh, make sure you text Rob during the game, too, and jinx all of those things. Hey, The Bears look pretty good. Man, I don't think I've seen Caleb Williams look this sharp in a long time.
I will. That'll piss him off.
There's no way they'll give up a Hail Mary again, is there?
Yeah, I'll really get him going. So anyway, but my play this week is Tampa at Buffalo. Tampa has struggled a little bit. They got beat at home last week against the Patriots. They scored 23, but a lot of that, as me and Rob knows, was garbage points because we lost the under on that game. They scored 23 against the Saints a few weeks ago, bad team, and 9 against Detroit. So they're kind of struggling a little bit offensively. Buffalo, they need this win. New England's playing tonight, and they're going to win. Another loss, and that gives New England division, I think, if Buffalo loses again. I think the home crowd's going to be jacked up. I think that, everybody's got something to prove this week. You got, Josh Allen's not playing well. McDermott, I think, might be starting to be on the hot seat. Joe Brady's kind of on the hot seat, and he was kind of the sexy coordinator, not too long ago for everybody's next hire. This isn't, we talk about playing against somebody, and this isn't necessarily a play against Tampa. They're a good team, obviously. I've grown to like Baker Mayfield, but I just think Buffalo is going to go into this game and just and beat the socks off of Tampa Bay this weekend. The line's 5.5. It's pretty consistent, 5.5 everywhere. So I'm going to lay the points, take Buffalo minus 5.5, Jason. They've got to come out this weekend and play really, really well at home, or they're in trouble.
Yeah, I agree with you on everything you've said, but I can't add anything to this conversation because Baker Mayfield is the guy that I can't bet on. Like you mentioned it earlier.
See? That's your list. Yep.
Baker screws me no matter what I do.
Yep.
If I say he'll do one thing, it'll be the opposite. I mean, he just beats me every time. So I'll take your word for it here. I'll keep my lip closed. I'll nod my head. I'll just go along with it and blindly follow you on Buffalo minus 5.5.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we've all got those players and coaches that like I said, we've got lists, and he's, when you start losing that much money on the same player time and time again, you learn your lesson. So kudos to you for learning your lesson and putting a block on your Baker Mayfield props.
If somebody wants to jump on board and become a VIP client of yours, the NFL, college football, college basketball, the NBA, I know you've been cooking NBA. Where can they go?
Yeah, I have been pretty hot in the NBA. Actually doing really well in everything but college basketball, but went 2-0 in college basketball last night. I am on Facebook, KB Sports, like Jason said. I do all sports, but hockey, except for hockey. I do also horse racing, which will really pick up 1st of January. You'll start doing seeing all the Kentucky Derby prep races. But Facebook, KB Sports, we do contests, we give away things, we do ladder challenges, all that stuff. I give away free props. So you can find me there on Facebook. And, Jason, let's all crush them this week, man. We all need to have a good week.
Let's do it, my friend. We'll talk again on Tuesday.
All right. Take care, bud.
Back with another professional handicapper now. We go from one to the other. We make them give you free plays because we're bullies, and that's the way we get down here at the Degenerates Next Door. David Stephanoff, he's the man behind followneverfade.com, an amazing sports betting VIP service. And David, before we get into your thoughts on some NFL games this weekend, Kenny brought something up to the conversation a moment ago, and I want to get your perspective here. Who's the player or the team that always, no matter what you do, screws you? Because for me, it's Baker Mayfield in the NFL. Like, I made the mistake.
You beat me to it, Hamer.
I made the mistake of trying to bet Baker last couple weeks, and it's just been one middle finger after the other. In college, it's row your boat guy, P.J. Fleck at Minnesota. But for the most part, more than anybody else, it's Baker Mayfield. Are you in the same boat with me?
You took the words out of my mouth, Baker Mayfield. He reminds me, he reminds me when Brady played. You'd always try to beat Brady, and then you're like, why the hell am I trying to beat this guy? But then the season, the top of my head, when Tampa Bay went to Seattle early in the year, I was on Seattle, and I watched Baker Mayfield just slice up Seattle's defense, like left and right, up and down the field. And now everybody's talking about how good Seattle is, and then we ride Baker Mayfield the last 3 weeks, and he don't do nothing. And that's how he is. But this week he's a dog versus Buffalo Fraud Bills. Watch, they'll win outright. That's what's going to happen there. I'm not going to touch it. But in college football, I don't have really a team or a guy. I don't like betting on Carson Beck because just the last 2 years he just so up and down. Not a college kid. I can't get mad at a kid. I can't get mad at a kid because my kids could play college sports. But Baker Mayfield, it reminds me a lot of what I used to. Us Colts fans would hate Brady, and even we'd bet against Brady and realize, God, why are we betting against Brady?
Right. And it's not even because he's that good, David. No matter what I do, if I bet him to win, he'll lose. If I bet him to lose, he'll win. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I'm in that same ballpark with you there. I don't, but I try not to be superstitious when it comes to sports betting. Right. I try to use my brain more. Say, no, you're overthinking so much, because that's how you got to be. You got to know how to bet. Sometimes you can't bet with, like, a lot of times you can't bet with your heart. You can't bet with your heart. Oh, you can never bet with your heart. Yeah, some people get in the way, but yeah, Baker Mayfield, you beat me to it. Baker Mayfield's the guy for me. Totally, I know this year I bet on him. He doesn't show up. I bet against him. He makes me I go broke. Right. Well, let's try to win some of that money back here with our game of the week. It is the Lions at the Eagles. Again, looking around, consistently I see Philly is a 2.5 point home favorite. The total sitting around 47. Yes. I think we're all in the same boat here, like Kenny, me, you, Rob. I see points coming here. I see the exact opposite of the Philadelphia we seen Monday night in Green Bay. The conditions are going to be a little different, maybe a little warmer, not much, but they're at home. They scored a lot of points at home. They've led every game at home by at halftime. They're a good team. They're a good home team. Detroit's playing good. Who they played? Not very. They haven't played very much. Nobody really good lately. Their offense is rolling. I like both offenses here. I know like we all tend to like the over in some way or another in this game. I'm looking at the team total here of the Eagles going over 26.5, 27 points. Okay. So you're on the Eagles team total over. I'm on the Lions team total over, and Rob and Kenny full game over here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Eagles team total is 23.5, 24-ish. Is what it is. I apologize. I get that, but I know the Eagles Lions is like 22, 20.5. I just think, regardless, Detroit's offense machine right now. I mean, the competition can be questioned, but I see points. I think we all agree here. But usually when we all agree on these points, we're, like you said, we're probably going to see a 13-10 overtime game. Right. Nothing but punts and safeties. All right. Prime time's been horrible to it. Prime time's been horrible to us lately. Absolutely punishable. And tonight we're getting another Akron-Kent State game. Right. I mean, come on. All right. So, David, I'll let you pick any other game on the board here. What's another one you feel good about? Earlier in the season, I gave everybody Carolina Panthers plus the points at home versus Atlanta Falcons. I said take the money line. Well, this week, Carolina Panthers travel to those Atlanta Falcons, and the line's sitting at 3.5, 3 some places. This is a system play.
My old man, smartest gambler I met in my life, my father taught me this a long time ago. They didn't cover the first time in a division game, come back second time. Well, we're going to take the Atlanta Falcons and lay the 3 points against the Carolina Panthers. I'm not going to give you some stats or see some BS. I just think Carolina is at a bad spot. They're going to Atlanta. Atlanta lost last week in nail-biter to the Colts. You know, they were there the whole time. They're better than the Panthers. I think they got a better quarterback, better offense. We're going to take the Atlanta Falcons minus 3 points versus the Carolina Panthers. I think that's a good one this week.
All right. So, David, if somebody wants to become a VIP client of yours and get not only the NFL, what's left of college football, the NBA, but your bread and butter, college basketball, where can they go?
Hey, college basketball's rolling the last 2 nights, 4-1 last 2 nights college basketball. I don't bet these popular games. I give these off-the-wall games. But tonight, guys, get your popcorn out. Purdue, Alabama. If you like Purdue here, wait for this line to get close to the tip-off. You probably get 5 points in Purdue. But Purdue should beat Alabama outright tonight at Alabama. Purdue's got the big man back. They're way better. They'll kill Alabama on the boards. I like Purdue tonight. But, hey, you follow me everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Message me directly on all platforms. You sign up for college basketball, NBA basketball. Football's free for the rest of the year. And have a great week, everybody. The Degenerates, let's make some money. And don't forget to follow Never Fade.
All right. We're not done. No. We still have some things to talk about. Mr. Monday Night will walk into the studio. We'll take a trip down to the prop shop. We're still rolling here on the Degenerates Next Door. Back on the Degenerates Next Door, we've made picks on the big game, but we got a lot more things to put some action on. Grab your keys, grab yourself a big gulp, get in the car. We are driving down to the prop shop.
I take you to the
Prop
shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep on going till you hit the
prop. All right, so let's, again, try to find a way to make this turd of a Thursday game entertaining. So let's have a little prop action, and I will give you a Jet and I will give you a Patriot. That way, you've always got action no matter who's on the field. You've got a rooting interest. Let's start with the Patriots. Drake May, quarterback, said earlier, having MVP conversations about a season so far. That's why we're going under 28.5 passing attempts tonight. I don't think the Patriots are going to need to throw the ball 29 times to beat the Jets. I just don't. I think the heavy lifting on this will be in the first half, but if they get up big, it's going to be a lot of handoffs in the second half. Hell, Drake might even play some of the fourth quarter, assuming they do what they are scheduled to do, according to Las Vegas odds makers. So, under 28.5 passing attempts for Drake May. And for the Jets, look, somebody has to touch the football. And Breece Hall might as well be that guy. Breece Hall. Over 79.5 combined receiving and rushing yards. I don't think you're going to get a big number either way, but you add it all together, a lot of dinks, a lot of dunks, a lot of handoffs. I think we can get to this number. He's the only competent player on this Jets offense. Over 79.5 combined receiving and rushing yards for Breece Hall. Turning our attention to some weekend action. The big game of the weekend. The one we've all been picking. Lions and Eagles. You get plus money on an A.J. Brown touchdown with the Eagles. Again, Lions defense, not great. You can throw on the Lions. And this is kind of an STFU, shut the bleep up touchdown. I feel like Jalen Hurts wants to get Brown in the mix because Brown's disgruntled. He's kind of being a pain in the ass. And what better way to say, here, shut the hell up than a primetime touchdown, and we get plus money, plus 130. And you never walk away from a heater. Trevor Lawrence, over 0.5 interceptions on Sunday. Trevor Lawrence, 7 interceptions this year. He's thrown picks in each of the last 2 weeks. We're not walking away from that. Trevor Lawrence, over 0.5 INTs. That being said, Rob Kendall, you may be the cheapest man alive. Nobody bets smaller amounts on games than you do, so that's why we turn to you when we want to ball on a budget.
this happens to be a $100 minimum bet table, perhaps you'd be more comfortable at one of our lower stakes tables.
Oh!
All right, you cheapskates. It's time for Rob Kendall's Ballin' on a Budget.
Very tight with $1.
All right, Mr. Coupon, Mr. Cheap Ass here. How do we turn a little bit into a lot?
I love that it's some sort of dig at me that I make dining more affordable by clipping out the coupons that the restaurant sends to me.
Hey, I'm not against it. I am married to the crazy coupon lady.
That's right.
I get it. It's just somewhat embarrassing to say it in public as a grown man.
All right, somewhat embarrassing is these picks, but we'll get them out there and hope they work. All right, we got the Ravens minus 420 at the Browns. Chiefs minus 205 at the Broncos.
This is all money line.
That's
right?
correct. Texans minus 295 at the Titans. Bills minus 270 at home versus the Bucks. And Steelers minus 250 versus the Bengals. So you got Ravens, Chiefs, Titans, Bills, and Steelers money line. Put them all together, you get plus 373, which means a $10 bet would pay you $37.32.
I didn't hear Bears in there. Bears-Vikings is a big game this weekend. How do you feel about your Chicago football Bears?
I'm betting heavy on the Vikings, baby, because either I'm winning money or the Bears might be in first place.
All right, now that you're fired up a little bit, Rob, we got Monday Night Football featuring America's team in America's playground. The Dallas Cowboys are at Las Vegas. Cowboys at the Raiders. What do we do with this?
Okay, so I fell asleep at the end of that Monday night game last week, and I woke up and I was like Sid Caesar in Vegas Vacation. I won! I won the money!
I won the money!
I finally won a rotten, awful Monday Night Football game. All right, so the Cowboys are giving 3.5 against the Raiders. The Cowboys stink. The Raiders stink. I think it'll be like a home game for the Cowboys, though, although they stunk the last time they had a home game and I had to bet on them. But the Raiders are just so bad. The Cowboys added some dudes on defense. They're going to be fired up playing for their player who passed away. I got to pick one of these losers. I'll take the Cowboys laying the 3.5.
I like that bet a lot. Like, looking at the board here, not because I'm in love with Dallas, but this Raiders team looks like they've just given up. Pete Carroll looks uninterested. I don't know what Geno has to do to get benched. But, boy, the Raiders are a mess. I like that play a great deal.
Well, that being said, Geno Smith will look like Kenny Stabler out there on Monday night. Thank you, Hammer.
All right, so this is the NFL show. We do the college edition on Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I like to find a smaller school college football game, break it down, and we call it the Degenerate Special.
Yes.
Can I give you a bonus one tonight?
Oh, totally.
Because I don't know how many people want to watch the Jets tonight. So, with that being said,
it's time for Hammer's Degenerate Special.
With that being said, we're going to take a look at Old Dominion tonight. Old Dominion is hosting Troy. Now, here's the thing. They're expecting a pretty big crowd tonight in Old Dominion. They're an 11-point home favorite. IU football fans, you may remember Old Dominion from Week 1, where Old Dominion had the lead against the number 2 team in America for a large portion of the first quarter. It's the same Old Dominion squad that gave South Carolina everything they wanted and more a year ago when South Carolina was a lot better. So they don't get a lot of primetime home games. And tonight, it's not like it's one of those random Tuesday kind of things. This is going to be on the big network, right? Because Amazon Prime has the NFL. So ESPN's like, hot damn, we're going to go to Old Dominion, nationally primetime game, and it's Military Appreciation Night. Now, Old Dominion is located near one of the biggest naval bases in Virginia, near Norfolk. So I like the quarterback there, Colton Joseph, dual threat dude, can throw the ball. Troy's defense, not as good as they've been in years past. And Old Dominion's defense is not horrible. So if you're going to play it, lay it. Let's lay 11 points with Old Dominion.
Yeah.
Prime time tonight. A little college degenerate special if you don't want to watch the Jets. All right, let's recap the board here. I am on the Patriots. -7.5 first half tonight. And the Lions team total over 22.5. Those are the official plays. If you want to hear my props and the degenerate special, go back and re-listen to this podcast. Rob.
All right, I'm over 46.5 in the Eagles and Lions, and then I am, boy, in that a horrible Monday night game. I got the Cowboys laying 3.5 against the Raiders.
Our professional handicappers, Kenny Britt of KB Sports. He's with you, Rob, over 46.5, and he's going to lay 5.5 with Buffalo, taking on the Fighting Baker Mayfields. David Stephanoff of followitneverfade.com. Eagles team total over 23.5, and the Falcons -3. Those are our official plays for this weekend. Good luck, everybody. We'll talk to you Tuesday for the college football edition. And as always, may the odds be ever in your favor.